In this session, let us learn about HTML responsive web design. What is responsive web design? Responsive web design is about creating web pages that look good on all devices. Responsive web design will automatically adjust for different screen size and viewports. Responsive web design is about using HTML and CSS to automatically resize, hide, shrink or enlarge a website to make it look good on all devices, desktops, tablets and phones. See the example, code and result. See here meta name, viewport content width, device width initial, scale 1.0. The issued meta tag here. See box styling, border box, menu float left width 20%, menu item padding 80 pixels, margin 20, top 77 pixels, border bottom 1 pixel solid, main left 60% padding, overflow hidden. See background light yellow, float width 20%, padding 10 pixels, 15 pixels, margin top 7 pixels, media only screen and max width 800 pixels for tablets. See width 80%, padding 0, right 100%, media only screen and max width fine for mobile phones. We should use like for mobile phones. See here font family Vardhana, PG content overflow, auto, menu item. See by writing and executing this code. See here background color hash 1F text align center padding 10 pixels, margin top 7 pixels, font size 12 pixels. Now heading style here. The web page is a part of a demonstration or of fluid web design made by Ponorugo application or then resize the browser's window to see the content respond to the resizing. By writing and execute this code, we get the result like this. This is our website. This is result. And this was the result. See here. We will get this. See, while if you drag that one, see here, we are seeing in browser. While we shrink it to tab, it looks to see result to, and in mobile, it looks like this. See result 2 is in tab and result 3 we are seeing in mobiles. We can see like this in mobiles. Setting the viewport. To create a responsive website and the following meta tag to all of your web pages. See the example in code. See here meta name viewport content width device width initial scale 1.0. Setting the viewport. This example does not really do anything other than showing you how to add the viewport meta element. See here by writing and executing this code. This will set the viewport of your page, which will give the browser's instructions on how to control the page dimensions and scaling. Here is an example of a web page without the viewport meta tag and the same web page with the viewport meta tag. If you are browsing this page on a phone or a tablet, you can click on the two links above to see the differences. See here setting the viewport. Responsive images. Responsive images are images that scale nicely to fit any browser size using the width property. If the CSS width property is set to 100%, the image will be responsive and scale up and down. See code here. By writing and executing this code, see when the CSS width property is set to in a percentage value, the image will scale up to and down. Size the browser window to see the effect. See here. Now we are keeping width 100%. See name viewport content width device width initial scale 1.0 and he is using width 100%. See the part 1 in result 1 is responsive image. In result 2 spreaded, it also spreaded to the complete web page. Notice that in the example above, the image can be scaled up to be larger than its original size. A better solution in many cases will be to use the max width property INS flowered. Using the max width property. If the max width property is set to 100%, the image will scale down if it has to, but never scale up to be larger than its original size. See the result. See now here using max width 100% prevents the image from getting bigger than its original size. However, if you make the browser window smaller, the image will still scale down. Resize the browser window to see the effect. See here we are using image peacock.jpg style max with 100% height auto. See result 1 and result 2. See here the picture resized the browser window to see the effect. Show different images depending on browser's width. The HTML picture element allows you to define different images for different browser window sizes. Resize the browser window to see how the image below change depending on the width. See the code and result. See document type, HTML head, meta name, viewport, content, view with device with initial scale 1.0, head body. Show difference between image depending on browser's width. Resize the browser's width and the image will change at 600 pixels and 1500 pixels. See where now we are using 3 flowers. Source src set image #lavender.jpg, source src set image flowers jpg, source set image rose jpg. See here image src image flowers jpg at all flowers. Style width auto. See by writing and executing this code, see here in first browser it opens Lotus, and second see here lavender. Show different image depending on browser width. While we reduce, automatically the picture changes. Result 2. Responsive text size. The text size can be set with a VW unit, which means the viewport width. That way, the text size will follow the size of the browser's window. Hello world. Resize the browser's window to see how the text size scales. See here, by writing and executing this code using the initial scale 1.0, style font size 10 VW, style font size 5 VW, paragraph 3 font size V 5 VW. Use VW unit when you sizing the text. 10 VW will set the size of 10% of the viewport width. See, resize the browser's window to see how the text size scales. See responsive text. Viewport is the browser window size. 1 VW is equal to 1% of viewport width. If the viewport is 50 centimeters, width 1 VW is 0.5 centimeters. See here responsive text. If we stage that, automatically also our text size will be shrinked. Viewport is the browser's window size. 1 VW is equal to 1% of viewport width. If the viewport is 50 centimeters wide, 1 VW is 0.5 centimeters. Media queries. In addition to resize text and images, it is also common to use media queries in responsive web pages. With media queries, you can define completely different styles of different browser size. Example, resize the browser window to see that the 3 div elements below will display horizontally on large screens and stacked vertically on small screens. Left menu, main content, right content. Here example and code. See here, document, HTML head, meta name, viewport, content width, device width, initial scale 1.0, style, flower bracket, box sizing, box border box, left background color, #2196F3, padding 20 pixels, float left, width 20%, the width is 20% by default, main background color #F1F1F1, padding 20 pixels, float left, width 60%, the width is 60% by default, right background color, padding 20 pixels, float left, width 20%, the width is 20% by default. Use the middle query to add a breakpoint at 800 pixels. Now we are using breakpoint. Media screen and max width at 800 pixels, left main right, width 100%. The width is 100% when the viewport is 800 pixels or smaller. Style head body, media queries. Make sure you have reached the breakpoint at 800 pixels when resizing this frame. div class left menu, div class main content, class right content, div body HTML close. See, by writing and executing this code, we will get the result here. Media queries, resize the browser window. Make sure you reach the breakpoint at 800 pixels when resizing the frame like this. Left frame, main content, right content. See here, the first result in first. Now, while if we resize that, automatically it change it to like this. Responsive web page full example. Responsive web page should look good on large desktop screens and on all small mobile phones. Responsive web design frameworks. All popular CSS frameworks offer responsive design. Resize the page to see the responsiveness. Delhi. Delhi is the capital of city of India. It's the most populous city in the India with a metropolitan area of over 13 million inhabitants. Amravati. Amravati is capital of Andhra Pradesh. The Amravati area is one of the largest population centers in India with more than 12 million inhabitants. Hyderabad. Hyderabad is the capital of Telangana, the center of the Greater Hyderabad area and the most populous metropolitan area in the world. See here code and result. For writing executives code, see metadata using link style sheet style.css. Here div container green. This is responsive page. See here row padding third. Here we are using third Amravati and third Hyderabad is capital of Telangana like this. Body HTML. For writing executives code, see here in result 1 it looks like this. In result 2 it shrink like this. Okay. Bootstrap. Another popular CSS framework is Bootstrap. Bootstrap uses HTML, CSS and jQuery to make responsive web pages. See the example and code. How to create Bootstrap. See here this until Bootstrap. Title Bootstrap example, meta character UTF-8, meta name viewport content. See, now we are using Max Extended Bootstrap CDN.com, Bootstrap 3.4.1, CSS Bootstrap Min CSS. See, in JavaScript, for using JavaScript, ajax.googleapis.com /ajax lib/jquery /3.5.1 jquery.mini.js. We are importing these files from Bootstrap's website. See src http max cdn bootstrap cdn.com.bootstrap 3.4.1 js bootstrap.min js. See, we are import CSS file as well as JS file from the bootstrap.cdn website. See class container, class Jumbotron, my first Bootstrap page. Resize the responsive page to see the effect. See, by using this call sm4 class here, now call sm4 div class. By writing this executing this code, in result 1 the Bootstrap looks like this. Column 1, column 2, column 3. Resize the responsive page to see the effect. In result 2 automatically the entire page was shrunk like this. The Bootstrap page looks like this. Okay friends, this is the end of HTML part 44, responsive website. In next video, let us learn about another topic, computer code element. If you like our program, please like, subscribe and press bell icon for our next part video updates. Thank you friends. Meet you in next video. All the best.